What time is it? It's that time. What time is it? It's that time. Welcome back, everyone. I am Sekhamethyst, the Lioness of Videography, creating content for content creators. Welcome. We have Titanium first in the chat. Welcome, Ty. We have CKC Entertainment. Welcome, brother. Welcome. And we have Miss Maggie, the substitute teacher. Shout out to Miss Maggie. I am supposed to be meeting up with her this Saturday for lunch, and I can't not wait. Oh my gosh. Thank you for coming. We have Knees Watches in the house. Thank you for coming, Knees Watches. He's talking about, hey, y'all on mobile, so I can't tag properly. LOL. We get the struggle. We get it. I be hating that. I can't wait till YouTube fix that. All the money we making for them. Shoot. Hi, everyone. So basically, last night I decided to join Lapeef's network in the chat, talking about Roy versus Wade, the big country, very controversial. And I just wanted to make sure people consider all these other major factors that plays an important role for the decision of leading to an abortion. And after I left, I was like, hold up, this thumbnail. Hold up, this thumbnail. And if you know and you already have information, most likely you taught yourself on the process, because we are not taught this information whatsoever. In school, most likely from our parents, we are not taught this information. So I'm going to explain it to you guys, and then later on, I'm going to drop the link. Because, yeah. So, of course, Roy versus Wade is the court decision where a woman has the legal right to have an abortion, aborting a baby. Some people think it's not a baby, it's a fetus. And it's a lot of opinions about that. Very, very complex opinions, a variety of them, right? And I'm not taking a stance on either side because it goes way deeper than that. And this situation is more complex than what it is from, right or wrong, or pro-life or pro-choice, or abortion or anti-abortion. It goes way deeper than that, right? So when I got on there, more black men, and it was only one black woman. So I get it, but also just like, hey, consider these factors. Why haven't they made adjustments to affordable health care and affordable child care and improving oral contraceptive / birth control, oral birth control, why are you guys not talking about well, I didn't say that, but it's like pertaining to that, like I'm targeted as a black woman. I was targeted as a black young lady at 16 years old to be put on birth control. The shot one that lasts 6 months. Glad I didn't do it, because my personal journey is that, hey, I already tried birth control or birth control, and look what has happened. I am 24 years old, recovering from large blood clots, which is very traumatizing, and I almost lost my life. Like, no one has, like, men and women, most men and women do not have a clue how serious it can be for some people that's on birth control, because they may not know, they may not be comfortable to know, and we don't provide that space for them to tell us their story. So, I'm following a woman that went blind from it. She went blind. That changed your life completely. A lot of people don't know that. And like the doctor said, "Oh, it's coming." I'm like, "Hold up." In my head, I'm like, if it's coming, then I would notice. If it's coming, then it would be highly important to emphasize it. If it's coming, I wouldn't be going through medical negligence along with other young women. So it's not really coming. If it's coming in here, then what are y'all doing? That's mass medical negligence if it's coming, but you're not saying anything. You're not educating these young women. You're not educating these young people. So let me take a break. We have Grizzy in the house. He says, "Hola, see now you stream gonna cut into TNA. I gotta make a choice." Hey, that is all right. You are always welcome to come back. Yeah, TLA is doing this. It's covering the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial. I can't not with that trial. That's pitiful. Look at her. Is she worth it? And Grizzly says he was listening to the stream last night. And if you was listening, like if you saw the part where Uncle Stu was going in, oh my gosh. Uncle Stu went in. Y'all have to go see for yourself because I caught the last end of his speech. And shout out to Uncle Stu and Gil that night for being the supporters of our last stream with the live editing cosplay assignment. I don't have my sound effects yet. But thank you so much. I really do appreciate it and all the support from everyone. Yeah. Once these views start coming up, then I'm gonna give privileges. Yes, because I love it. Y'all are constantly supporting me, and I love it. Good talking about, oh shoes, I didn't even notice it. Yeah, that's what happens at first if you're not notified. It's like, oh snap. On these watches, he made me a moderator, and I'm like, and I'm eating my chicken wings, barbecue chicken wings, and I'm like, oh snap, I gotta get to work. So yeah, it can roll up on you like that. So yes, Grizzy was one of the first people to comment on my videos after making this new channel. So yeah, and actually provide some comment. We interacting. I see him come back and everything. So I'm like, all right, okay, I see you. I think I caught the part you commented because they went in on someone for that. I agree with them. To each their own. But are your views going to change or are they going to stay the same if I provide you more information for this context where it's like, hey, it's not that really many options as you think. That's the thing. And I'm not going to wait no 2 hours, 5 hours just to be on a stream, or if they won't put me on the stream because I feel bad vibes. So I'm gonna go with my intuition, not just, hey, I'm gonna provide this little bit of information. If people want to do some more research on their own personal time, great. So yeah, so the last time I watched it was like 9 black men on the channel and only 1 black woman. Who does abortions greatly affect? Women. And why? Because from our social economic background, we are not taught. We don't have access to those resources. We don't have access to those funds to get those resources. And our parents don't tell us. they don't teach us about our sexuality and how to properly and appropriately go about it. Hey, some things people learn at the last minute, and or they like, oh, I didn't know I can do that. Like a lot of women and a lot of men don't know they can get Plan B for $10 a pill instead of $50 per pill. Emergency contraceptives. They don't know that. You have to tell them. You have to tell them. You have to show them. That's why I have my Amazon link in my description. Alternative. A lot of people don't know, especially since I can't take birth control no more. None of the methods, not oral, not the shot, not the thing they stick up in you, not the arm patch, none of it. It changes your hormones, which changes your body composition. Even though it might not affect a woman greatly, it can still affect them to where their moods are changing, they're not feeling well. And a lot of people don't notice, and it's not being brought to that attention because we should just be satisfied, just keep popping these pills. You just don't know. So ask and research. You just never know. Grizzy's saying, I'm always interested in people's perspective. My mind is never closed. That is wonderful to hear. At the end of the day, we're going to disagree on several things. At the end of the day, still love you. Still got love for you. CKC saying, I'm in the middle of work right now. Just wanted to show my support. Sorry that I can't stay, sis. Keep shining. Thank you so much. I appreciate the support still. Get your work done. And we'll see each other again soon. And yes, thank you, CKC Entertainment. I really appreciate everything, guys. I really do. So, I understand that many people are not taught certain information that can be vital to coming up with their own opinions and thoughts. I understand that. I really do. And I'm very patient with that. Miss Maggie saying, same, about to hop on a meeting for work, but I wanted to show some support. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I get that we are busy throughout the day. I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. So thank you so much for coming and supporting. I really appreciate it. We got Before the Billions in the chat. Thank you so much for coming, Before the Billions. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate the love and support. So I get that we don't have access to certain information and we not taught it. I get it. That's why we learn from each other. No, even if mostly it's not what you agree on, take what you can and make it better the best way you can. That's all I can say. So I love to learn from you guys too as well. I really appreciate it. As Gritty said, his mind is not closed. That is wonderful. Most of people's minds are closed and they are hard to it. Like, no, you can't change my mind. No, I said what I said. And that's all right. Just let them be. So basically the comment Jonathan Barronville put on there, which is one of the many, was that I said, well, if you're going to make abortion illegal, why not improve affordable health care, improve child care, improve oral contraceptives, and improve something else. I said improve something else. Basically, I'm running out of characters. So I made other comments towards it and everything, but he said, I guess from what I got from it is that, well, we're making excuses. Like, all right, but I'm seeing videos of how you are disappointing and certain Black women towards their children and towards their family. You really want more of those problems? I don't know about that. And it's a whole other thing to dig into. So many more. But I'm gonna stop right there because this is about the thumbnail, right? So why is the thumbnail biased? I didn't catch on at first because when you hover around the video, right, it started playing the live video and everything. So I didn't catch it at first. But before I was about to go to sleep, I'm like, hold up. Hold up. This is a biased thumbnail. Okay, so the thumbnail, which is I used as my thumbnail, the mother is pregnant and she got a heart over her belly. You can clearly see she's pregnant, right? So 9 out of 10, she's going to keep the baby. She's not going to abort the baby. She's not going to abort her pregnancy. All right, fine. But this is about abortion. Another thing is you can't get abortion that far along anyways. The government is not going to let it. You can't get a legal abortion that far along anyways. Do he know this? I don't know. Do I know this? Yes, I do. If you do your research, it differs for certain states right now, of course. But at a certain point, that's it. You can't do nothing legal. Nothing. You can't. So that's why I said it's biased. It don't matter what your intent is as a creator. What matters is what your audience consume and what they're going to assume from the thumbnails. If I'm an audience member and I don't know nothing about abortions like that, I'm going to like, oh my gosh, she was going to abort her baby that far along? No, she can't do it anyways. She can't do it anyways. I'm like, oh my God. So whether it was intentional or not, you're still swaying your opinion, which I think is unfair. You're giving yourself the upper hand and you locking yourself out. You're locking other people out because, again, a lot of us don't know, especially from our socioeconomic background, how the abortion process operates. You have to do your own research. You can't. That mother in that thumbnail cannot get an abortion that far along. Let it go deep. Let it seep through your mind. She cannot get an abortion anyways. She's already going to keep it because she got the heart over the belly, but she can't get it. She can't get the abortion anyways. Not that far along. You gotta wait 6 weeks until you can make sure it's like, hey, I'm pregnant. That's a long time. Then 3 weeks. Then within those 3 weeks, a woman has the option to do the abortion pills. Then if they pass the point of the abortion pills, then it's the surgery. That's pretty much a brief process of it. And I'm from Texas. When I was doing the research, when I was in Texas at that time, you could not be 4 months, I believe. And now Texas has changed the laws, so it's different now. But when I was in high school researching, while in health class and everything, I'm like, oh, wow, okay. So Is this mother 4 months plus pregnant? Most likely. So she can't get an abortion. I'm in Georgia right now. I, last thing I heard about it was they gonna stop. You can't get abortion at 6 weeks, which is ridiculous because at 6 weeks, that's when you find out if you're pregnant or not. So I'm like, well, I feel sorry for the women because they can't take care of their own personal needs. They have to worry about this situation, but also like you gotta do your own research now. You can't depend on your parents. You can't depend on the school system. You can't depend on the government. You gotta go out and do your research. You gotta go seek out other people that knows these process so you can be better informed. And again, also being considerate of the major factors and the socioeconomic background of these people, the income, class, everything plays a part into it. You can't downplay it. It's not going to work. It's not going to be fair if you downplay it. So it's biased. The thumbnail is biased. You can't get abortion. She can't get abortion anyways. That far along, she can't. And you're swaying your opinion to and giving yourself the upper hand. You can't do it. Even though it takes two to tango, there's still women that 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 there's still women that feels bad about preserving life. And again, preserving life can go a whole bunch of ways. The baby, the mama, knowing and doing your research that yes, Black women are 3 to 4 times more likely to die from childbirth. Knowing this, I had to be prepared and arm myself with that information so I can have that child, that toddler that I accidentally cloned. So I won't be fearing for my life, where I will be motivated and informed to have children. Because knowing what type of procedure I want, that's why I say it goes so many ways and it's way deeper than that. Did I want to go to the hospital? I didn't want to go to the hospital. I wanted to stay home, have a water birth, a home birth. A lot of people don't know that you can do that. A lot of people don't know. It's like, oh, it's the standard. Go to the hospital. I get it. People have their own reasons. That's up to them. Whatever is best for that individual and their family. Okay. That's it. I'm not saying, hey, you got to do this, you got to do that. No, whatever is best for that individual and their family. And that could also be their definition of preservation of life. So it don't matter what the creator's intent is if they're trying to have the upper hand. It don't matter. It matters what the audience would think. That's what you're creating your content for your audience. Do most of my audience know that this pregnant lady in the thumbnail can't have an abortion anyways? Do most of them know that? I'm gonna bet no. Because I've seen what they have taught us in school, what they have not taught in school, what the parents have taught us at home, what the parents have not taught us at home, and if we are doing our own individual research, if it matters to us, if it's going to benefit us, if it's a waste of time or not. I have seen that. Grizzy saying, I don't think it was the point of the thumbnail. I think it was more so that it's a pregnancy topic. I'm going to drop the link, Grizzy. I want to hear more of that. All right. Titanium saying, I hear doulas are great. I hear doulas are great too. Like my last relationship that failed, of course, I picked out my doula from England already to have another child. So yeah, it's like knowing midwives, doulas, a lot of people don't seek those alternative options. Or, you can bring your doula or midwives to the hospital so they can advocate for you, because you're focused on pushing out a baby. And daddy is like focused on making sure you don't freak out and that he don't freak out. So it can have great benefits, but again, it depends on that individual and their family and what's best for them. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link. Copy, copy, copy and paste. Give y'all some time, and I hope y'all are having a great, wonderful day. I finished my spring semester. Thanks. Spring is always the hardest. I don't know why. I just don't know why. I don't know why spring is the hardest. And I don't like that. Cause why are you acting like that? Hey, Mashawn. Hi, sis. It's okay. You don't have to say sorry. I'm just glad you showed up. I dropped a link for anybody that wants to come up. Basically, I think the thumbnail between the Roy versus Wade, with the pregnant lady having a heart is biased. And this is from Lapeef Network. Sorry, Jonathan Barronville's show from last night, and I think it's biased because one, the mother is going to keep the baby. She has a heart over the stomach. Great, great. Two, a lot of people don't know, if they don't do their research, that she can't get an abortion anyways because of how far along she gets. So you're swaying, you're using the thumbnail to sway your opinion to have the upper hand. Yeah, I see you. I see you. Titania saying, thanks for asking. I'm here working. I hope you enjoyed your vacation, Titanium. Now it's back to work. So I'm gonna go ahead and add Miss Michonne Denise. Hello,
Hey,
how are you?
good. How you doing?
Finding you?
Why my picture didn't show up? I'm mad. Oh well.
Try again. I'm gonna remove you and try to,
Okay.
like, even though it's not showing up, but it's showing up on your end, try to upload it again.
Okay.
Yeah, because I had that problem with Gil, and I'm like, why my picture's not showing? So yeah, I uploaded a new one, but maybe that would work if you upload the same picture again. StreamYard, get it together, please. So I hope everyone is doing well today. And it's almost Friday. It's almost Friday. There
Hey,
we go. There we go. Thank you for joining. I was hoping you joined this stream. I'm so glad.
girl, I'm supposed to be working, so don't nobody tell on me. So I can't be on here long. But wait, what
Okay.
happened last night? I missed it. I'm sorry.
Okay, so last night I joined Lapeef Network stream with Jonathan Barronville, and they was talking about, like, of course they don't agree uh with the abortions, and that it's a good thing that it's going to be illegal to get abortions. And he brought up one of my many comments where I say, well, if you're going to make abortion illegal, what about improving healthcare and childcare and improving oral contraceptives, making it easily accessible and things of that nature? And as far as what I'm took it, it's just, to him, it was just another excuse. So
So what's his stance versus your stance? I'm sorry.
um a-
He's good on overturning Roe versus Wade, is what you're saying?
from what it, yeah,
That makes
they,
sense
yeah,
for him
I
to
get
say it.
it.
I mean,
But I'm like, well, if we're going to improve our situations, consider this other factors that has a greater effect on raising children, so we can make the best of our situations. That's what I was trying to get at.
Mhm. And you don't think that you don't believe it should be overturned then?
I think it shouldn't be overturned until they get these more important policy in place, like increasing the minimum wage,
Oh,
uh,
okay.
yeah, and all the other factors that I mentioned. Like that plays a big part. And it's just and like I said in the beginning, like we're here to learn from each other. But at the
Mhm.
end of the day, on this platform, I know for sure we still gonna love each other. So
Yeah.
it's always good to hear other people's perspectives.
So when you say Jonathan Barronville, I don't know him. I know of him. So
Mhm.
for him to say that, that sounds about right. And so I'll leave that at that. And I understand what you're saying is that there's other more important, basically, things on top of lists to be prioritized and worried about. Um, but this is, first of all, I think it's all political anyway. I had said this on my channel is that the bigger issue to me is the fact that something that's this private got leaked. I think that
Mhm.
is a bigger issue, because we shouldn't know any of this in advance on what their decision is going to be. So I think that this was leaked for political purposes to get everyone all riled up for whatever reason. There are upcoming midterm elections. So
Mhm.
that's why the part about the abortion to me is not even, to me, this is just me, not even a bigger issue because you can still get an abortion. Your time is just going to be limited, basically, or you're going to have to travel to go get it. And my thought process with that
Mhm.
was so many people travel to get BBLs and do all these other things. If you really need an abortion, I would suggest you get your ass on a plane and go get one. I'm not unsympathetic. I'm really not. But when people say, "Oh, what about grape? What about grape?" Well, my thought process with that, God forbid any type of assault happens with anyone, you know that you were raped. So the first thing you should be doing is going to see if you're pregnant or not. So that kind of gives you still enough time if you needed to do it for that purpose. Like you're not going to get raped and then wait 12 weeks
Mhm.
to think that you need to go get an abortion. I would think not. I could be wrong. Um,
Well, I
go
from
ahead.
the last thing I knew, at 12 weeks, you can't even get an abortion no more. It's gonna be illegal, even if because of that time limit that you have. Cause so some women like, hey, I'm not pregnant. Nah, I'm not pregnant. That in that denial stage costs them a lot of time because they don't
Agree.
know how precious time is in this matter if they do want to consider an abortion.
Well, the professional abortion getters, they know. But for anyone else, they they that person would probably need to travel then because I know that there are states that are waiting for this to, if because we don't know, anybody could change their mind at any moment. So if this gets overturned, they're going to have these, I forget what the technical name is, but the ban, quote unquote, is going to be in place like almost immediately as soon as they say done. Like they
Mm.
press the trigger and it's like it's in effect that quick. So knowing that this is a potential a possibility to come, then with anything else, people need to be prepared. Because what I say is, why aren't people using birth control? Like that prevents, that's cheaper than an abortion. It's easier than an abortion. Why are we so focused on one thing when there are over 18 types of birth control?
And that's what I was going to get to. Like when we're talking about birth control, it's not just one thing, it's
Mhm.
multiple things. And some people still don't know those other multiple things because they haven't been taught it. So now it's like, hey, you need to research this. Go
Yes.
look at that. It's just not condoms. It's just not oral contraceptives. It's a lot more
I did a video
alternatives.
on that. I did a video a while ago on that. I went straight through all of the methods of birth control. And this was like when I first started the channel to
Nice.
say we have other options and it's just a click away. This is my answer to
Mhm.
many, many things. we make a lot of excuses for what we don't know, but what have we done to figure it out? You know what I mean? So all I did was go to Planned Parenthood, I believe, brought up contraceptives and went through the list. Of course, it was not a video that got a lot of, views or anything. I may have to bring it back out, but I didn't realize it was that many. I know the basics. I, you know, used whatever. I taught my children and put them on whatever, and that was that. But I didn't need to know the rest. So for people that'll say, "Oh, I can't remember to take a pill every day," well then get the shot. I don't like needles. Well then get an IUD. Like any excuse that you can come up with, there is a solution. But if you choose to only want to use abortion as your birth control method, that's fine.
Yeah, that is not the best method at all.
Listen,
No.
I'm gonna let people make their own choices, okay? So if that's your best method of birth control, you're gonna have to travel, or you're gonna have to be mindful of your body enough to make sure that you get it within the time frame. That's
Okay,
all.
look, women and also men. Go on Amazon or click on my affiliate link
Come
where
on,
you can
affiliate link.
click on my affiliate link where you can get a 6 packs of emergency contraceptives for $36. $6 per pill. Cause all we know is, oh, emergency plan B is $50 per pill. Oh no, go on Amazon. A lot of women still don't know this. And I'm like, let me drop this jewel. Go on Amazon. Do some more research. It's not gonna be Plan B, the brand. It's not gonna be Take Action, another brand, which $40, $10. No, get the one that's $10. If
So
cause no, you're just have an abortion for the birth control.
is Plan
It's
B, isn't that the same thing? Isn't that the equivalent of the same thing or no?
it's the equivalent to
I was
what
gonna say
emergency contraceptives.
okay, because Plan B was not out when I needed to know these things.
Yeah. Yeah, and now it should be like being pushed out. Like, hey, if you didn't follow all these things,
Look, y'all, Amethyst is giving out a stock tip. Y'all better go see who produces Plan B and all those things and buy that stock up, y'all.
honestly,
That's a stock tip.
I put them on my watch list. I really did because
Girl, I'm about to go look it up.
I saw this coming. I saw this overturning Roe versus Wade coming. I'm like, oh, they about to make buku money if they
Girl,
overturn this. So yeah.
thank you for the tip, child.
You're welcome. You're welcome. But yeah, a lot of women still don't know. You can get a plan B equivalent to $10. It's just gonna be a different brand. You know, if you want to stock up, get the pack. It's $6 per pill. But don't let that abortion be your go to. Don't, because that can have a lot of major effects, and that's not cool. No, please don't.
So I'm not gonna a lot of people have been talking about this and I haven't touched it yet only because I don't know I don't know a lot about Roe versus Wade because honestly it's never been my issue. I don't care, honestly. However, and looking into because people are always saying things, people always throwing stats out. So I went to look to see on 4 different reputable sites, and I can't cite them to you right now to see, because people always like, oh, Black women at the top of abortion, Black women at the top of abortions. And I went and looked and I'm like, oh, they ain't lying about this. So I'm gonna talk about it because they're gonna get all riled up over on my channel. But it's like, we know things as Black people that don't make sense. And then the things that we should know, we don't want to look into that. That's going to help our situation, which goes along with like the eviction crisis thing. People mad because they think, what do you think? I'm making this up? I'm going to the source to get the information and I'm sharing it with you for a reason. If you choose not to do something about it, I can't have empathy, sympathy, or anything else for you. So this is the same thing with this thing with abortion, which is the part I'm going to
Yes.
look into, is we are top of this, and compare and contrast it with we are at the top of eviction, but with wealth, we're at the bottom. Like, we're doing everything ass backwards, and you can't continue to blame racism and white supremacy and all that crap. It's the fact that we don't want to take the time to do our research. You're doing yours, so why can't anyone else? If you can be on the internet to run off at the mouth, then you can be on the internet to look into things for yourself.
I gotta be honest. My peers are lazy. If it's not gonna make them money or get famous, they don't want to do it. And that's me being honest from my observations.
You
All
said
I
that's
can
your
say, hey,
parents?
do this, and then they turn around months later. Oh, you were right.
Did you say your parents? Did you say your
Peers.
mother and father?
If I said parents, I did not mean to say that. I meant
No,
to say
I didn't
peers.
know if that's what you said. That's why I wanted to check. You said peers.
Yeah, that's what
Okay.
I want to say.
Okay, then
But
that's
yeah,
probably what you're
peers.
saying.
My peers are
Okay.
lazy. They don't want to do it. So
You're like 23, right?
24.
Girl, same difference. But yeah, so that's what, no offense, what are you, Generation Z?
When I redid my research, it says Gen Z, and I'm like, I relate more to millennials, but okay. So it's like but
It's based on your age,
yeah.
but or when you were born. But all right, Generation Z, because my thing lately, no offense against you, throw the whole generation away, because I'm telling you,
I,
it's,
I agree. I was just looking at them like, really, guys, really?
they don't want to looking at nothing. They don't want to work
Yeah.
for nothing. Everything is so hard, even though everything is easier than it's ever been many years ago for you all. Like, I was here when the internet basically started, from this perspective of AOL and dial-up. I don't know, you don't know what that
Yes, I'm
is.
familiar with it.
Oh, okay. Dial-up internet, okay? It does not open in a laptop. There was no laptop. So I've seen it all progress. And I'm only using that as an example. So for people who live in the age that we do right now to be so damn lazy, no offense, and to blame, shame, and explain, I can only have an unlimited amount of sympathy.
And that's what I'm saying. All we can do is like share all this information to
Mm-hmm.
one another. And if you decide what you want to do with it. If you're not going to make the necessary changes to help propel your life,
Yep.
that is on you. I did my part of sharing the information. You go do some more research, because that's all I can offer.
Exactly.
Hello, Grizzy and Titanium. How are you guys doing?
Hey, what's good? Hey, what's going on? What's going on?
Nothing much. Thank you for coming. I want to shout out Negro Anime. Thank you for coming. I was not expecting you to come. I am excited. Oh, thank you so much for the support, guys. And while he's talking about, will we finally see Titanium debut? Uh-oh.
Man, well, we need
Uh-oh.
to come up.
Wally, they telling you need to come up. So,
Yeah.
what do you guys think? What you think?
Well, I was, real quick, I'm kind of like sneaking away from the plantation for a little bit, but I'm not gonna address the political side of, what's going on. What I want to, because you are in media, and this being social media, as a creator, it's your job to kind of sell a story.
Mm-hmm.
And so, that goes down to, titling your topics, to any visual graphics that you may have. So, I'm not picking a side on for or against Roe versus Wade, but, in media, it's your job to sell a story, to drive ratings and to drive viewers, and to get subscribers and followers. So, I mean, I'll give you a perfect example. I don't know if you were on BDB's show, where he talked about a woman ordering multiple entrees for dinner on
Yes.
a date. Okay. and everybody was kind of going in. They were like, no, why would somebody even do that? And then it turns out it was his girlfriend who he's in a long-term relationship with, kind of clickbait. So the whole idea is to kind of build some suspense and to sell a story to drive up ratings, to get more subscribers. And for smaller YouTubers, that get you towards the goal of being monetized. So I'm not faulting him for choosing a thumbnail, and I don't even know what his motive was behind it, but
Yeah.
I'll just say that it as a content creator, you want views, you want ratings, and you want subscribers in order to get monetized.
I get it, but do you really have good intentions if you just worry about the profit? Like, cause to me, with the thumbnail, you're kind of indirectly miseducating the people that don't know nothing about this process. It's like, oh, she could have got an abortion that far along. No, she won't be able to get an abortion that far along, anyways. So that's my reason. Like, it's biased. If he don't know the process, and he's assuming that that lady on the thumbnail can get an abortion at that stage, you got to go back and do some more research, sir, or talk to some more some more people, doctors, that does these procedures, or go online. It's online. That's what I'm saying. With the research, all I can do is offer the information, and if you decide or not decide to research on your own and just not take what I say, then okay, all I can say, maybe somebody else will pick up on it, like, oh my gosh, she was right. So that's all I can say. If it's just merely for profit, I get it, but it's not right. You have
I,
anything else before you go?
um, yeah, you know what? Well, no, off track. Just keep on pushing out that content. Just go
Thank
ahead.
you, Ty. Thank you so
I'm about
much.
to head back into the field, so Master don't know I'm missing.
That cotton boy.
Go
All
ahead.
right.
All right, Grizzly, you there?
Yeah, so I'll just go down the line. You can hear me, right?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, so as far as the thumbnail goes, I think yeah, it's not as big as you may think it is. Like I've been watching them for a while now.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a thumbnail to say it's a pregnancy topic. That's how I view it.
Okay.
Maybe I'm not looking deep enough, but based on the thumbnails that they've had in the past, I just see it's a Lapeef show. I see the thumbnail, I get an idea what the show is about, and I know from the thumbnail, okay, I'm gonna check this out. So that's in relation to the thumbnail. Now I'll move on to the comment, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't more so about the case itself, what I think they blew up on you for. If it was you who commented, because I was kind of working while listening, I didn't really see the comment, but it was about affordable housing and I guess what they view as um, taking care of people who don't want to take care of themselves. Because what happens a lot of time is the people who go on these programs, people who get this affordable housing and what's not, they're complacent. They don't really strive to do better per se. They
They
just
don't
want
take advantage of those situations to help them
exactly. They just
propel
want more and
forward.
more handouts.
Yeah.
And I think like this issue to move away from that is like you were saying, it's an education issue. It's not um It's not just people are bad or they're just crazy. I just think it's education and it's a cultural thing as well because our culture is so perverse in a sense where we glorify doing all the wrong things and shun doing all the right things. So I think that's probably the biggest factor to it, the culture and education.
Okay. I would have to agree. I'm a content evaluator. I work as a content evaluator. I'm just not a content creator. So with my work, I have to really go into details sometimes and look at all the details. So if I was to evaluate this thumbnail, I'm like, nah, it's not good. And put in the comment why. Just like how I did with for example, the new commercial with Ragu, I think. And it came out and the first time I saw it, I'm like, oh, uh
What is it,
uh,
something woke?
no, it they said, oh, cook like mother or something. And I'm like, well, it's not being exclusive. So when I did come across that in my work, I was like, it's not exclusive. They might want to and revamp that commercial, because again, it's not about what you think, it's about what your audience thinks, and you want to be as most exclusive, not exclusive, inclusive as possible, so
Hmm.
you can make the profit that you want. And that's why I said I get the profit thing, I do. But a lot of people will assume, because they're not educated, that pregnant lady in the thumbnail can get an abortion during that time, at that stage,
But
far
see,
along. And that's
that's the
not the
thing though.
truth.
It's not necessarily always about being inclusive because even with Lapeef and Anton Daniels Network, it's more so exclusive. They relate to a certain kind of people. Even with your channel, you relate to a certain kind of person, right?
Yes.
So you're always gonna be exclusive to certain groups no matter what you do. It's just how exclusive will you be? And I think with Lapeef, they're more exclusive than a regular, I want to say, brand, right? So
Hmm.
they're not trying to include everybody. Not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying that's um, how they're set up. So I don't think they dug too deep with the thumbnail. I understand where you're coming from, where you analyze what is in front of you, and your job is basically to pick it apart. What can this be seen as? What is this seen as?
Hmm.
But for some people, or a lot of people, I should say, it's just more simple than that.
And I get it, and I that's why I keep saying, hey, I have 10 years of experience in studies in media and communications. I'm gonna pick at it. I'm gonna pick at not just what we create, but what these mainstream medias are creating too, and how it affects us as individuals and as a whole. And some people might consider it, some people might not. Some people might, oh my God, that really happens. Yes, it can happen. Just be aware of it. That's me bringing the education towards you. So, again, to help propel yourself and actually know yourself and how you are. A lot of people don't know about media effects. I know something. Let me teach you so I can help you. So, is that everything you have to say, Grizzy?
Yeah, that's basically it. But I'll say this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ignorance is a bliss. You heard that before?
Yes, I have.
So sometimes, and knowledge is power. You heard that for sure.
Oh yeah.
So sometimes what you know or the area where you specialize in could be a detriment in a sense. Because I'll give you an example, right? Not not necessarily a specialization kind of thing, but more so experience. I'm at a point where when I watch a lot of movies, a lot of shows, consume a lot of media, where I know the plot before they expose the plot. I know what they're gonna do. I know, you know what I mean. I
Yes.
know the theme, so
Yes.
it's not as enjoyable as when I was younger, and I did not know what I know, or I did not experience the things that I did. So I would have looked at it from a more simplistic point of view, versus now where I kind of pick apart everything. Oh, that speck of dirt was in there last seen. Why is it so bright now? Are they underground? You know, simple things.
Mhm. That's
It,
why a lot of people don't like going to the movies with me.
right. So
And, yeah, I'm gonna pick it out.
yeah, I kind
I'm
of keep
gonna
it to
say my
myself,
ex
but
husband was worse than me, but I'm gonna pick it out going to the movies. I'm like, nah, it was too predictable. And like, girl, what?
exactly.
I'm like, yeah, it was. So, but you know that I'm a media student. I'm warning you. I'm a media student. I'm about to get my degree. I'm warning. That's me warning you about the. And I'm a content evaluator along with content creation. So that's my warning. And another person's not going to think that far along. Like, oh, I didn't. That's what that means. Of course, because they have their own thing where they just want to actually enjoy the movie. Great, or they're a fan of it. Great, I get it. But media, this is what this channel is about, and I want to provide value to my audience and other individuals to help them grow or help to consider things that they might not have considered, and just offer a different perspective. And I
Yeah,
appreciate
so
your
that's
perspective,
something.
Brizzy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's just something you got to be careful with, because
Yes.
at the end of the day, intention is a factor, like you
Mm-hmm.
said earlier. So, like you said, you give your perspective from a more knowledgeable standpoint. This is what that is. This is what that portrays, and you've dealt with this, right?
Yeah.
But me, being a simple guy, well, I can't say I'm a simple guy. I think a bit different. But me being a regular guy, I'll just look at that and say, "Oh, pregnancy."
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, just keep in mind that sometimes it's not the intent, but at the same time too, it is still good to inform people,
Yeah.
because like you
Absolutely.
said, someone will look at that and say, they were born babies that far along.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't really speak on the Roe v. Way or whatever her name is case, because I'm not even from America, so I don't
Okay.
really know about that. So that's all I really had to say.
Now, you said you're familiar with Jonathan Barronville, right? And Lapeef Network.
Uh, I watch it often. Yeah.
Now, is Jonathan Barronville from America, or is he a child of immigrants?
Um, I don't want to really speak on him because I don't know for a fact, but I
Okay.
believe, well, I know he's Haitian descent at least,
That's
but
what I
he
was.
was
That's
born
what
and
I
raised.
thought. Yeah, because that
Yeah, I believe he was
also
born and
plays
raised
into
there.
that culture thing. Where yeah, you can be cultural shock coming into America, just in the other way around because the
Hmm.
culture is so different. I get it, but there that is another factor to consider with the context he is providing and
I
me
don't
trying to
necessarily think
communicate.
so, because if you think
I
about it, right,
mm-hmm
we're all from different households. Um, the way you look at, even like, let's say you, let's say Michonne, for example.
mm-hmm
By the way, Michonne, if you're listening, I'm not saying this is how you are with Sec. By the way, this is just an example. You're from two different households, but you're both of you will have huge disagreements on your own culture, right?
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily that he's from a different culture why he has that perspective. It's just that he's from a different household and he's exposed to different I want to say a different background and knowledge because we learn different things as we grow up. So I don't want to say it's a culture thing.
Okay. That's a great argument. Mashawn had to get back to work. I understand. Thank you for coming on, Mashawn. Thank you for coming on, Titanium. Thank you for coming on, Grizzy. I really appreciate y'all knowledge and perspectives and having a healthy conversation to help uh, to help ourselves propel ourselves forward and improve ourselves. So thank you so much, Grizzy, for coming.
Oh, there is one more thing that I forgot, right?
Go
One
ahead.
more major point that they had. And a lot
Yeah.
of people in our culture, probably in the world, would disagree on. But they were
Mm-hmm.
also, one of their major points is this, and I agree with this. Every time you have sexual intercourse, you have to understand that there is a chance, even with contraceptives, that you can have a child. So
Mm-hmm.
you have to always consider this and be prepared for such an event.
I'm glad you said that.
So
I was holding back on saying that because I'm like, will they believe me? Probably not. Probably not. But yes, there is
there's
always
never
that
100%
chance.
chance that the only 100%
Yes. Yes.
successful contraceptive
Yes.
is to not have sex. So
Being
every
abstinent.
time you do this, you risk having a child.
Yeah.
Always keep that in your mind, um, and don't be reckless. So when you pick a partner, um, don't choose any random. For the guys, don't choose any random female. For the ladies, don't choose any random guy. Make sure, at the very least, if something happens, that you know this person was a decent person and you would not have any regrets. So that's all I wanted to say about that.
Thank you for that. I'm glad you brought that up. All right. Thank you, Grizzy, for coming on. I really appreciate it. We have Kareen. Kareen says in the house, thank you so much for coming. She says, hey y'all, extremely intelligent and creative people. Thank you. You too, sis. Very intelligent and creative person. Um, JBWR. Thank you so much for coming on, supporting. Thank you so much, brother. I really appreciate it. Y'all are taking time out of y'all day to come and support. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna drop the link one more time. One more time. And no one else comes up. We're gonna end it. We're gonna end it. I love to hear a variety of opinions. I really do. Perspectives, facts, anything you have to share. Anything, because we can always take that information, compile it, shove it in our brains, and do what makes and improve ourselves. So I get it. Grizzy talking about get the likes up, fam. You got this emoji and YouTube emoji. Thank you so much, Grizzy. Miss Mashawn, I'm so glad Mashawn came on because I was thinking, man, Mashawn, come on, that would be great. So I'm glad you came on, Mashawn Denise. Titanium, thank you for coming on, for sneaking out of work, finding a hiding place. Maybe he was in the janitor's closet. We don't know. I was just messing with you, Titanium. Thank you for coming. And we had Greasy that came on. Thank you. He made a comment. I wanted him to come on to extend that perspective, and he did a great job. Thank you so much. Thank you. Kareem saying, I'm working from home, have been extremely non-HR compliant. Amen, sis. I work from home too. I don't have to. I know some people that work from home, they still have to deal with other coworkers, but I have no coworkers. I really don't have a supervisor to report to. I am lucky. I'm like on the extreme side of lucky to have a work from home job, even though it's part time. That's all right. But thank you so much for coming. JBWR saying, I wish I could chat with you, but I'm drawing right now. Oh, you draw. Oh my gosh. That's great. That's all right. Keep creating, keep creating, keep creating. I love it. Hopefully, I see it on one of your posts. Oh my gosh. That's, guys, I tried to draw when I was little. I'm like, oh, crying. It's not for me. But the last thing I drew was on Adobe Illustrator, trying to draw Dorothy for assignment. Horrible. Horrible, 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 horrible. So embarrassing. Wally Tombot titanium trap in the workspace. Stop it, Wally. Stop it. Y'all are two bad brothers. Kareem saying, yes, you are lucky. Yes, I am. Oh my gosh. She also says, I have to start going back to the office. Oh, I'm so sorry. Me and the BTB squad was just talking about this last night where they have to go back into the office. Oh my gosh. Now I'm like, forget people. People suck. Oh, I'm so sorry. June. Oh my gosh. Hey. In case you're talking about Adobe stick figures, yeah, I tried to add some 3D definition. It did not work. I tried to add polka dots on the square, the triangle dress, add the stick figures and the little no way. Don't ever do that to me. But I do want to try again when I get my Microsoft pen in software. So I'm gonna try to do that again. Titanium saying you better get ready, Kareem. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, everyone that came out and supported. Even the ones that didn't drop a chat, that's fine. And they just wanted to like it and put a chat in. Thank you so much. I really appreciate everything, all the support. Thank you so much. And before we go, Kareem says, it's awful. I am having anxiety about it. It's been over 2 years and I do not want to go back. It will only be a 3 days per week, but still, yeah, because that's time taken out, time and energy taken out to go to the office, come back to the office, deal with people. I get it, and I hope you overcome that anxiety, sis. I really do. And me being in school, taking summer school, I will have to be going back on campus for the summer too. At least it's only 2 days out of the week. So bless our hearts. Bless any other people that have to go back to work after working from home substantially. I get it. I get it. I'm so sorry. But we're going to stick together, guys. Titanium talking about tell them your productions may drop. Hey, you do not want to, a company just wants to hear that you want to be the most productive. So that, it might sound funny, but Titanium might be hitting the nail on the head on this one, where you're going to be the most productive. You're not spending time. You're not spending energy as you would going there. You just never know. Like, okay, we'll keep you home. We'll keep you home. That's fine. You can stay home. You don't know. You never know. So thank you for that information, Titanium, to help Miss Kareem. Kareem says, thank you so much, everyone, for coming. I greatly appreciate it. I am Sekhamethyst, the Lioness of Videography, creating content for content creators. Remember, struggle streaming ain't no joke. but I'm the one to give you hope.